Tough game on the road today. What went wrong for you guys, do you think, kind of down the stretch there?
I think that we gave up way too many offensive rebounds. I think they had like ended with maybe 15, 16. I don't know, something along that. Um, I think that's what it came down to, especially in that second half. I think that it was rebounding. Obviously, we're missing our best rebounder, but that meant that a lot of us had to step up, and we didn't. So I think that that kind of took a toll, and then I think we let their pressure bother us way too much. So it was a lot of tough shots that we had to take. But overall, I think it was our rebounding.
What are the biggest adjustments that you all had to make without Alyssa today?
Rebounding. She's our best rebounder. She averages almost a double double in the league. I think and she runs the floor really well for us. We don't have bigs that do that as well as her. So I think we gave up way too many points in transition that we could have had. And yeah, I think rebounding. I thought our defense was solid, and then we didn't secure it with the rebound. So that obviously didn't allow us to play our game in transition, and it slowed us down.
You guys are still obviously without Eva, who is one of the team's best 3-point shooters. Can you just talk about how much you guys missed her too today?
Yeah, she definitely helps space the floor for us, especially for me. I know that I'm playing in a crowd every game, but she definitely helps space the floor, allows us to play, attack the rim more, get into gaps more. I think we're definitely missing her. I think we maybe only had one tonight, two. I don't know, not enough. But yeah, so the guards that we definitely have to step up and knock down some three.
Deja, do you feel like this is a good learning opportunity playing without Alyssa and Eva in a tough road atmosphere like this?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so playing without two of your starters in a tough road atmosphere like this against a good Louisville team, do you feel like it's a pretty good learning opportunity as the weeks go by?
Yeah, I think especially for the young ones, Paulina, Kayla, Destiny, we had to start two young ones who don't have a lot of experience. So I think that also comes with it. We're missing two experienced guys. But I mean, in all, I think that's where I got to step up more than just kind of take over more than I have been. And so I kind of stepped away from that, but I think it definitely will be a stepping stone for the younger ones to kind of just they're getting experience as we're in season, which is hard to do, but they'll figure it out.
Deja, I know it's been a couple games since Kayla McPherson has made her return, but as a veteran, can you just speak to her being so young and kind of coming out there with the confidence that she's had?
Yeah, Kayla's she's a competitor, so I knew that her coming in and she was gonna bring that. I didn't know how she would be, skill wise, I know how rusty she would be, but I think she's came in and taken it head on, and just has came out to compete on both ends of the floor, and that's what we needed.
All right, we're gonna slide Paulina Paris in here and
Thanks,
Dave should go shower. Thanks, Dave. All right, Paulina Paris, go ahead with questions if you're ready.
Just ask the same thing to Deja, but can you talk about just the impact of not having Eva or Alyssa in this game?
It's a big thing. We need them. They both do important things on both sides of the floor that we needed tonight. So that's their impact.
The rebounding is obviously a big difference without Alyssa. How much more of a challenge is it when three of you lead guards in the game at the same time to try to get those rebounds?
I mean, we have to do better. We didn't rebound as well as we should have in place for Alyssa, so that's something we got to be better at.
It seemed like Robinson was really a game changer for Louisville, especially on the defensive end in the third quarter. Can you talk about her impact on the game, what you're seeing from her?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know names. Do you have a number? 5 is not Robinson. Wait, 5? The guard? Hold on.
Robinson is 5.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to what she was doing on the floor. Sorry.
This is probably the biggest crowd you all have played in front of this season, and they were loud and seemed to make a difference. Did that make a difference in the game? Did you think?
I think that yeah, they had a good crowd. I mean, they had home court, but we still should have been able to do what we were supposed to do. So we'll be better next time.
Anything else for Paulina? All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
get Courtney here 1 second.
Hello, hello.
A few thoughts on the game, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, hi guys. We just didn't play well enough to win. I mean, we didn't handle the pressure well enough, which forced really tough shots. 2 fast break points on the road isn't going to get the job done, and shooting at 30% and 60% from the line isn't going to get done either. So we didn't play very well. So that's what I got for you.
What's the situation with Alyssa? Do you know a timetable or
I
anything?
don't. Nope, I got nothing for you.
Has it happened in practice on Friday?
I got nothing for you, my friend.
Well, what are the adjustments that you have to make? Obviously, rebounding is a big thing without all the elements that Alyssa brings to your team.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like nobody's super healthy this time of year, so I don't think anyone's feeling bad for us, but a lot of things, right? Alyssa does a lot for us, but so does Eva. We're out 2 starters, if we're being honest. So I have, a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing a lot right now. And this was a great college basketball environment. I think it sort of rattled them a little bit. And that kind of showed itself in a few costly, errors, which is tough in a possession game. So great experience for our young guys, but didn't do quite enough to help us win. Anybody
Coach,
else?
in a game where you were out rebounded, I think by double digits, is there a reason why you maybe didn't throw, Ali's lie out there or Malou to try to impact the paint a little bit?
I mean, the pace of the game was pretty physical, and that's not necessarily what their best strength is, in the matchup with their, and so points were hard to come by, so it was figuring out, that and figuring out on both ends of the ball. So I have great trust in them, but it just didn't feel like that was the right decision today.
Mm-hmm.
And you all depended on you had 3 freshmen in for a lot of the game. That is this a good maturation sort of game for them?
Anytime you get a young guy gets experience, it's helpful, right? So this is really valuable for them. It's a true road environment. That's really good for them, and you hope they continue to build on that. They've stacked good days together. Paulina's played a lot of minutes for us, so I don't know if she's truly a freshman anymore, but Tiani and Kayla certainly are. So yeah, we like the team that we have. We like that they're young, so we have them for a while. But they also they didn't play well enough to help us win, so they don't get to feel that great about it.
Coach, when you guys are down about 8 points, minute and a half to go, what's the game plan there? What were you telling your guys?
We wanted to generate turnovers, and so we could score something quick going the other way. Obviously, the time is not in your favor, so you want to take as much time off the clock. But in games that were this low scoring, it's tough to be down by even 4. They were just because we have to then score, which we had a tough time doing. So, just try to generate some turnovers.
The 1 of 12 from 3-point range, was that just them creating a lot of tough shots for you all, or just a bad shooting day?
No,
Or both?
typically you shoot threes, they're uncontested, right? So it's not really a function of them. It was more a function of us. Yeah, we shot really poorly from the 3-point line, and we couldn't shake that, and they were pretty good shots. P doesn't take a lot of bad shots. So for her to be 1 for 5 from 3 is not like her. So yeah, it was a combination. We just didn't shoot well, and we couldn't generate anything over 94 feet. So therefore points were really hard to come by, which made these possessions really important. And we were, let's be clear, we were without 2 starters. Like, I think that can't be understated. That's a big ask, for a team to come into Louisville where they need to win if they're going to make the tournament. They're getting close to that. And we are out 2 starters. That's a big ask on their KYO game.
Any other questions?
What about the environment today? That's probably the biggest crowd you've played before this season, and it seemed to maybe be a factor.
I don't know how many were there. Was it bigger than our crowds? There were less people. 10, yeah, less people rooting for us. That's for sure. No, we would way prefer a crowd than nobody. I don't even care who they're rooting for. Yeah, I think some of the gyms that we play in are much more empty, and they're really hard to generate sort of any sort of excitement or rhythm. So no, the crowd was great for women's basketball, and we love playing in those environments.
It was 10,000.
Cool.
Coach, just one last one for me.
Yeah.
If you remain out, if Eva and Alyssa remain out, in the short term, anyways, you get Syracuse on Thursday. How do you make up for, the spacing and 3-point threat that Eva provides, and then the rebounding and inside play that Alyssa provides?
Exactly. Yeah. Two really good players, and so that creates an opportunity for others, right? And they might do it differently, but they get an opportunity. And so you've got to make up for that, whether you can play faster to have more opportunities to get 2-point baskets, or whether that is, getting your post to find ways that they've got to be able to rebound and run too, so you kind of have to, when one man goes down, you got to make up for it. And only so much of that is scheming, right? A lot of that is them putting their 2 feet in and saying, all right, I gotta bring a little bit more. And so hopefully, depending on how long either one of them are out, hopefully we do that.
Great.
Anything else? Are we good?
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Safe trip back.
Thank you.
All right. You bet.